Hey guys, Takahmasak here. I wanted to make a video about maybe somebody's going to go through an experience that I just went through. It wasn't that bad, but I had to get a wisdom tooth removed because what was happening is I had what's called an impacted tooth, when your tooth is no longer sitting like this and it's either like this or, like in my case down here, it's completely horizontal. But this one wasn't causing any problems, so I just got this one taken out for now. So this can be used as a case of, say, you're 17, 18, your doctor hints that, like, hey, there's not really enough room for this, go get this done. So what ended up happening in my case is I'm 34 now, and it's like, maybe a month ago or so, or 2 months ago, it just started hurting like hell. And for some reason, getting like a mouthful of water and keeping it on there, that would get rid of the pain for as long as I held it on there. So that was kind of strange. I didn't really have an answer for that. But what was happening is my third molar, my wisdom tooth, is pushing into my second molar, and that was causing a cavity. That was like the first time I had been to a dentist in 14 years or 15 years, and thankfully that was my only cavity. So there's something to be said about brushes that have like rubber and stuff in them, so at least take decent care of yourself. I thought for sure I would have more. Oh, don't yell too loud. I thought for sure I would have more, just because like I've since that time, it was like late high school since I last was involved in that. I really hope I'm blocking off that sunlight. If I'm not, I apologize, but I'm as close to my desk as I can get without it jamming into my rib cage. So, but yeah, I had like a huge, I still do, I eat like a freaking animal, but I've at least switched to Coke Zero. You can see that lovely shade of red is my water that I've been spitting because I don't want to swallow a whole lot of blood and puke. So, but yeah, because I waited so long, that wisdom tooth was pushing onto my second molar, and it just created a big old cavity. And the way the guy, the oral surgeon, said is, it's kind of like if you have, like, say it's like a flat wall of dirt, and you're kind of digging into that dirt. According to him, if I would have bit down on something, it would have, pushed down on the top of that, and all that dirt would have collapsed and it would have broke my tooth. But I've been eating a lot on that side this whole time, and nothing's happened. The dentist seems like he might be able to fill it more. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of give an update on what the experience was like. So the whole purpose of this video is to, hey, if they suggest you need to get your wisdom teeth taken out, get them taken out. But yeah, the earlier the better, obviously. So what happened in my case is they were only going to charge me, like, I'd have to pay like an additional $50 or something minimal just to be put under. So that was, I ended up going that route because they said, they're like, oh, hey, you can be awake during all this, and you can feel us, bashing on your wisdom tooth and like pulling on you. I'm like, that doesn't sound like, I'll just pay the $50 to be asleep. So they put that. The most annoying part is like when they're running behind. So you get there, like my appointment was at 11, and I didn't even get back there till like 11:15. And then even when I got back there, I was just sitting there and staring at the wall. So I think the anticipation is way worse for at least in my experience. So I'm still relatively drugged up. It's been about 5 hours, 4.5 hours since I got home. So the stuff that they gave me, I can actually feel my lip again. Like this whole section of my face was numb. I was drinking this and it felt like a D, the letter D. It felt like maybe like a C or something, because I could feel like most of the ring, but not all of the ring. So that was kind of weird. But anyway, so eventually they got you back. They put this thing over your nose, or they did for me. Where I'm assuming it was laughing gas, but that really didn't have any effect on me, I don't think. I mean, I smelled a little bit of stuff in it, but I didn't feel myself changing whatsoever. So maybe if that's the experience you guys have had, let me know. But what I did notice is they got that IV in my arm, and like not too long after I saw him inject it, I my memory is gone. I don't remember anything that happened from like then, and I just woke up and like, oh, hey, can you get up now? You're done. Oh, okay. So yeah, there was really no pain involved with it. I mean, if you can be unconscious, holy shit, that is really nice. But so I guess another, I'll continue my experience and then I'll get to that in the end. So really, even still now, I'm a little bit loopy is not the right word, but my balance like isn't quite where it should be. They even say like they wouldn't let me drive home, and I don't even want to drive right now, just in case. I don't want to murder myself or somebody else just because I want to go, piss off downtown and play Porky Men's or whatever. But yeah, overall it was a really easy experience. If you do go the sedation route, it is obviously a little more expensive than just going in and just having them, give you a couple shots in the mouth, which I'm assuming they did anyway, but I have no idea. They just gave me this little gauze pad to kind of bite down on, and I've emptied about 5 of those, completely covered in blood, so that's pretty gnarly. I kind of feel like one of those, I don't know what the dinosaur was on Jurassic Park, but the guy that spits poison, and oh, he was cool. I kind of feel like one of those guys because I'm spitting all over the place. But I'm trying to contain it in ye old Coke Zero bottle. So yeah, now that I'm home, I mean, it's starting to hurt a little bit now that it's wearing off. But they gave me the Narco, which is acetaminophen and Motrin mixed together in one super pain relief pill. But they say you can switch it between Motrin and something if it's not hurting too bad. But I mean, really, the only side effect is the little bit of pain, and obviously they had to put a stitch back there to cover that beast up. But so that was my first, I don't know if you really want to call it a surgery, but I went 34 years without having a surgery. So it was kind of building up. It's like, oh man, this is gonna suck, isn't it? But it's like, no, it was really not that bad at all. I'm just glad I got that taken care of. First part of it taken care of. So I guess I can kind of, there's a little more to it. Like they say the second molar that the wisdom tooth was pushing into, they say that there might be a chance they need to yank that out, but the dentist didn't really see, not necessarily. At least you might be looking at a root canal. And the stupidest thing you can do in any of these situations, like, hey, I'm going to go up on YouTube and see what that is. And, oh, it's a guy drilling 3 holes down into your tooth. Fuck that. That doesn't sound like a good time, but I wasn't sure if this was going to have an impact on my uploads. This is kind of also a test to that to see how talking affects it. So far, so good. It does hurt a little bit when I talk, but it's not horrible. But to do like a 40-minute LP episode, I don't think I'm game for that right now. But I do have a couple of episodes backed up like I normally do, so I at least have up to, I have today's and tomorrow's. Today's, which I think I just uploaded. Should be uploaded by now anyway. But yeah, I have tomorrow's, and if I do, maybe I'll just make some short ones. So it's just, if videos are missing, I'm just kind of recovering from that. And if it were anywhere else in my body, I'm sure I'd be able to speak normally through it. But anyway, if you guys have had any crazy dental work like that done, it's not really crazy. I mean, it's fairly commonplace to have small mouth, impacted tooth. But if you guys have had stories like that, feel free to post them in the description below. Screw it, yeah, share your horror stories if things were terrible for you. Like I said, mine was just perfect. Fell asleep, woke up, it's done. That's it. I didn't really have... I saw a lot of those videos where people are like, they're kind of bananas afterwards, but I felt pretty mentally clear. It's just things were processing a little bit slower than they normally do. But that's really all the effect I really had from it. So I don't think I was slurring my speech or anything weird like that. I wasn't crying or anything weird like that. But again, feel free to share your stories in the comment section, so other people that are about to go into this and are nervous, maybe they can see this video and, oh, these people say it's really not that bad, which it isn't. So yeah, share your stories, and hopefully if it eases one person's mind about getting this done, then perfect. It served its purpose. Otherwise, you just have weird stories about my daily life. So this is Takahmasak. I'll see you later.